Hello and welcome to this Lionsgate transmission. My name is Bree and I'm going to be our conduit to flow some messages from Spirit today. We're not going to be doing any activations today because I'm going to speak to that before we get the little card reading going. These light codes, as they come in, you're receiving the upgrades that your soul is choosing. You're receiving the wake-up calls, the memories that your soul is choosing. So while you may take in activations from channels, light workers, anyone that's out there really tuning into these cosmic frequencies, that's just going to help you really stamp it in, but you're receiving them no matter what. So just know that. And I'm getting 3 from this deck. So that's going to be the first message for us today. And the deck I'm using is the Work Your Light Oracle. I know, backwards. I'll list it in the notes. Okay, so the first card we're getting is Akasha. Don't worry about the words on the card. Just look at the image for a moment. Your guidance is divinely guided. So this imagery is very akin to what I typically will see going into the Akashic Records, things like this. There's different spaces and places within the Akashic Records, and it will appear differently depending on you and what environment is going to be most conducive for you to receive messages from Spirit. So for those of you that are getting familiar with the Akashic Records, what I would encourage you to do is intend to bring through information that's for the highest good of all. Intend to bring through information from your higher self and experiment. And now I'm getting 7 to help us continue this. Yes. We got the yes card. So what I'm getting from this for all of you is that there's some big dream that you've had sort of percolating in the background of your life, or maybe in the foreground. It's time to say yes to it. Okay, let's get a little bit more on that. 4. No. Okay, so this message is that whatever this dream is of yours, you feel like you're indecisive about it. Like you feel like you don't know if it's a yes or a no. And the reason that we got the yes card first is because Spirit wants you to know that the answer is actually yes. And that the reason that you're wavering towards the no is because of your programming or your fear. 6. Okay. Inner temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. So you can see on this card that there's 2 of self here, inner self. And this is reminding us that the inner magic that occurs in our inner temple is when we allow ourselves to have a free-flowing dialogue within. So we allow ourselves to be curious within. We allow ourselves to be witnessing of what's coming up. and observant of what's coming up, and also willing to go that layer deeper. Because the ego is typically, this was the beginning of the reading, the ego, I'm going to speak to the ego because this is what feels to be resonant with this message, especially in the Lionsgate portal, because the Lionsgate portal is going to wake up that confidence, that inner knowing, that alignment with source, that alignment with spirit, Holy Spirit. And it's going to be a little bit daunting to the ego or the mind that sees maybe that next level of awakening, or that next, the deepening of a remembrance, or deepening of feeling, or deepening in some way. The ego is going to want to push against it, resist it, because it's going to feel, we'll call it unsafe to the ego. So this message is all about us learning how to work with our ego, how to work with the mind, how to work with the doubt, how to work with the fear, how to work with the resistance, because it's not showing up to combat you. It's showing up to remind you of what it is to be human. Okay, and this is the last card we're going to draw. I'm getting 7 and 8. So we're going to get 2 more cards, and then I'm going to allow you to all go off and maybe do a journaling session about whatever this new excitement is that's budding within you. And I said 7 and 8, right? Okay. 7, 8. I'm not going to look at them yet because I'm going to let you all look at them first. Okay. So I'm not going to look here. Hopefully it's showing up for you. Aha. Yep. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And again, I'm going to have you look at it. It looks like it's upside down. Okay. I'll flip it for you so you can see it the other way too. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So these are coming up together because when you're really waking up to this, your soul that's been present in this, in other ages of light, you're going to feel cracked open. You're going to feel like this is too big, or how am I going to handle this? And the Age of Light comes in. I really feel this card resonate with the Council of Light, the Council of 12, to remind you that you're here. And this is the shape. This is a big reason why pyramids are so helpful, because we're here to anchor these codes. We're here to ground these codes. They come from the divine. They pour through us as the vessel. And pyramids were used for much more than we commonly conceptualize of now. And pyramids were spiritual. They were galactic centers of communication. And that is why I love the energy I get when I'm sitting under a pyramid. I've got some small ones too that I place over my head if I'm overthinking, because the overthinking is just when we, there's so much coming into this space and it becomes crackly and loopy. So when that's happening, we gotta ground. We gotta come down to earth and ground. So during this Lionsgate portal, as you feel more of this essence waking up within you, your spiritual knowings, your spiritual sight, your spiritual hearing, we're being welcomed to realize that these divine codes coming in are truly for us. And each of us is going to receive it individually, independently, uniquely. So I will continue to show up here through the Lionsgate. I'm just going to be very, very holistic about when I'm going to bring through activations, because you are already receiving so many activations. And while you may find individuals to walk with along the journey, there will be different individuals that come along in your path that help you at different stages for different reasons. And if I am someone that you're gravitated towards now, it's typically what I find, it's because your gifts are waking up. That is typically the archetype that I am attracting at this time. So welcome these gifts, nurture them, allow them, and then feed on the earth, salt baths, water. Thank you all for joining, and I will see those of you that can join tomorrow. And then for those of you that are still on the video, are you interested in me doing YouTube lives? This is the new dare I'm getting from Spirit, the new challenge I'm getting from Spirit. So would you be interested in that? If you would, let me know in the comments, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get those started here soon. And have a beautiful day. Integrate these codes. Hydrate as always. And express your soul in a way that feels good. Namaste.